Because of the process to receive the Medal of Honor, and anytime there's casualties or death or something that was so intense and so close, we hadn't seen anything that close before. They were maybe 20 meters away, and the way they set up, they were good. These aren't the farmers farming the fields. These are soldiers as well. We all had to do sworn statements, and with the sworn statements, it started coming out. No one knew what happened. Out of everyone that was there, I don't know what happened behind me. I don't know what happened past Clary, who was my last guy. Casey was right next to me, myself, Sergeant Gallardo, Eckroyd, and Brennan. That's my only piece that I knew, and none of the guys in the back knew what happened up front. We didn't know what happened in the back. So after doing these sworn statements, and they started putting them together, and you tell what you did, you tell what you saw other people do, you tell what you saw, so they can piece this or paint this picture, I guess, of the battle space or the battlefield. I was told that they were going to put me in for the Medal of Honor, which, I don't care. That doesn't even make sense, and it's not going to happen because it doesn't happen. That you pretty much die to receive the Medal of Honor. And I went about. I went about my life. We still had another 10 months in combat. We still got shot at every day. You can't call a timeout. You don't get to take a knee. You don't get to be like, you know what? Yesterday was real intense for me. I'm just going to have to. I need a break for a while. There's no breaks. There's no taking a knee. There's no timeouts. No one cares. You have a job to do, and you're going to do it again. I didn't find out until. Everyone always speculates. There's no need to listen to speculation. That's all it is speculation. And if I thought anyone who was talking knew better than I did, they didn't. It doesn't matter. I got a phone call on September 9th, 2010. So it was just about 3 years after the fact. And it was a colonel at the Pentagon, and Pentagons don't call staff sergeants, especially people in the Pentagon don't call over to Italy and directly, call my desk phone. I don't call people from my desk phone because they'll call back. I call from someone else's. So the fact that they called my desk phone looking for me was interesting enough. And he said, "Is this Salvatore Giunta?" Yes. And hey, I need you to pick up this phone tomorrow. Be at your phone at this time and answer it. Only you. Don't have anyone else answer the phone. Okay, I can do that. That's strange. That's a weird request, but, he's a colonel in the Pentagon. I guess I'll listen to him. Don't tell anyone about this phone call. Well, okay, this is serious now. I kind of had a feeling that something, either it was going to be downgraded or they were going to tell me that it was kicked back, or they were going to tell me something. And I hadn't heard anything in almost, I hadn't heard anything since it all began. So I went home and I told my wife. She's not anybody, she's my wife. And this was going to be a life-changing experience, or it was going to be something that we can take a deep breath on and know that we dodged a lot of unknown roads and questionable paths in life. We went back the next day, and sure enough, at 17:05, 5:05 at night, the phone rang. I picked it up, asked if this was Salvatore Giunta again. I said, "Yeah, it is. I was told to pick it up. I picked it up. I'm here." So, okay, please stand by. The phone clicked, and it was a receptionist or a secretary, I believe, at the White House, and they identified themselves as that. And at this point, my hands are kind of shaking. I had my wife's hand in my right hand and the phone in my left, and I'm kind of like, whoa. Well, this got really intense really fast from the Pentagon to the White House. And then they said, "Please hold," and the next person that I talked to was the President of the United States, President Barack Obama. And I wish I could remember more of what the president had said. I've never spoke to a president before. I didn't know how to act. I don't know what to call them, Mr. Obama, Mr. President. I didn't know protocol. I could never imagine that I would be in a situation to need to know that, so I never knew it. And so September 10th of 2010, I was notified that I would receive the Medal of Honor. And they told me that they'll get me the details a little bit later, but they wanted to let me know that it was going to happen.